Hello everyone, this is Sweet Jazz, and I'm actually going to be doing this video today, just going over some makeup basics. This was a request from Jaddy. Love you, Jaddy. So here I go. This is going to be in two parts. One part is going to be going over brushes and foundations, concealers, bronzers, blushes. Blushes, brushes, two different things. And then the second part will be going over the millions of different kinds of shadows they are. So that will be the second video. This is going to start with the basics. So the first thing we're going to talk about is foundations. Okay. Actually, let's start with concealers. A concealer. Concealer is basically just something you're going to use to hide any blemishes. Now, let me just get this out there before I start this video. I'm talking about what I know as far as what I use, different things I've learned here on YouTube, different things I learned in school. In no way, shape, or form is this me saying this is the only way to do it, this is the only thing you should use, this is the only, because you know what, it's makeup and it should be fun and you can do pretty much anything you want with makeup as long as you're happy with it. So this is my opinion, this is what I do, this is what I do on people that come to me and ask for me to do their makeup, but I'm not saying it's the only way to go. Okay? Alright, so as you can see, I have nothing on right now, and that's only because I'm going to be going over some of the things and I'm going to show you some examples. So the first thing we're going to talk about is concealers. Now there's all kinds of concealers. Pretty much every makeup line sells concealers in their line. My favorite concealer as of yet, I've only been really doing makeup like this like every day for about a year and a half. And so far my favorite one is my MAC Studio Finish Concealer. Okay, and it's pretty much gone. I have a little bit left. I have to get another one, but this stuff to me is amazing. It's a little container, but it lasted me a long time. Let's just say that. I won't say how long it was, but it was a long time. And pretty much I use this for when I want to define my crease. So if I want to take a little bit of this with a little brush and just go in under my eyebrows. I said my crease, I meant my eyebrows. And just take a little bit and you put it right under your eyebrows. Like this. See how I just drew that little line? I don't know if you can really see it on camera, but you just draw a little line on there, and what that does is it kind of gives your eye, underneath your eye, a highlight, so it defines your eyebrow. What it does is it makes the shape look even more perfect. Some people don't like to do this, but I do. I also put it on top, so I'll put it above my eyebrow, and I don't do this all the time, but when I want them to look really sharp, then I will. And I'll put it above, like so. And pretty much what it does is it makes your eyebrow stick out, and you don't leave it like that. You have to go in and soften it up, blend it out. And this is what I do. I do this before I put my foundation on. Up and out. Okay, so I was showing you how I put the concealer under my brow and on top of my brow, and all it does is it defines your brow for you. So if you want your shape to look really sharp and crisp like it was just done, you put that underneath, you put it on top, and you blend it out. Okay, so that's one form of concealer. The other kind of concealer that there is, and my brother just wants to be all up in this video. Come here. What do you want? So there are other forms of concealers. This is like the third time I'm trying to talk about concealers and people keep interrupting me. There are liquid forms as well. This is an old Avon one that I had and I used it up. I used to love this one before I found the MAC one. This is a Wet n Wild one. Now the MAC one is more of like a paste, so it's really thick and it gives really good coverage. Like any blemish, usually sometimes I get like little spots on my face. Lately it's been okay, but see, like right here, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I have like these little dark spots, and I'll just put this on and I'll show you. You can use your finger if you want, or you can use a little brush. And I just go in there, put some on my brush, and I put it on my spot. So there's one right here. Any little spots you see that you don't like, and you want them concealed, you want them hidden, that's what concealer's for. I get them here, so like there's one here, you see? And right now you can see the concealer because I haven't blended it in, but you're going to blend it in. There's one down here I always get. And all this is going to do is it's going to conceal those spots so that your skin tone looks more even when you go in and you do your foundation and your makeup and layer upon layer. You'll see. So that's how that looks, and all I'll do is I'll pat it really gently to get rid of that harsh look. And there it is. Now the spots are gone. You can't see them anymore. It concealed them. There's also liquid forms, as I was saying. This is a Wet n Wild one, and if you look at this one, it's a lot creamier. So if I put it on here, see? It's a lot creamier, but when it sets, it'll set dry. So that's a concealer as well. So you have liquid concealers, you have the pastier concealer that I just showed you from MAC. I prefer the MAC one only because I need the heavy coverage. If you don't need something too heavy, you can go with a liquid concealer. Okay, so those are concealers. Those are the three that I have. The next thing we're going to talk about is foundations. There are so many foundations out there. I mean, like, really, every line has it as well, just like the concealer. The one that I like to use, I have oily skin. You have to look for your foundation according to your skin type. So many of you can go to a makeup counter, and if you're not sure what kind of skin type you have, you can even ask them and they'll help you. I have very oily skin. This is called your T-zone, and I'm oily pretty much everywhere. The only place that I'm not oily in is maybe on my chin and my cheeks. I'm okay, but my T-zone is very oily. So my forehead is super oily, under my eyelids get really oily, my nose is always oily. So I prefer, and this is just me, I prefer to use a powder foundation. And right now my favorite is from MAC, and it is Studio Fix, and this is also a heavy coverage, heavy covering foundation. And this is what mine look like. As you can see, I am in need of a new one because I've hit pan already. And as you can see, it's a powder. You see? And when I put this on, I will show you, it just evens out my skin. It just comes out really pretty, and my skin doesn't, sometimes in our skins, if you look at me here, the camera kind of flushes me out, but I have, darker colors here. I have some red in my skin here. I'm very shiny up here. Not to point out all my flaws or anything, but it is what it is, right? So when I put this on, it just evens everything out, makes it like a clean canvas. When you're painting at home, you want it all to come out even. You don't want streaks and strokes of anything. So that's what the foundation will do. There's also a liquid foundation. Now, as I said, I have a liquid foundation. I have different kinds of, this one is from L'Oreal, and it's another powder foundation. It's just another powder, and this one I got from Walgreens. So you can go to Walgreens. You don't have to spend, as much on the MAC ones, just because I prefer it, just because I've tried different ones, but you don't have to use that one. I don't like liquid foundations on me, I guess because I'm oily. This one is for combination to oily skin. Combination just means that half your face is dry, half your face is oily, which is what I would be considered. I've tried them, and just for me, I don't like them, but I will show you how to put it on, okay? So I'm going to do one side of my face with my powder foundation and one side with liquid. Okay, so let me just put my hair back first. Looking crazy here. What I use to put on liquid foundation is this brush, and they call it the skunk brush. I'm going to go through all brushes as well. I use this brush to put on my liquid foundation, and what I will do is I'll show you. I shake it up. I mean, I have used it in the past, you know, and sometimes if I'm in the mood, so I'll put it on.